In honor of Pride Month, I'm going to be doing a live stream on YouTube where I draw drawings related to Pride Month. Channel. Hey, I'm just making a post on Amino, letting people know that I'm streaming. I'll be with you guys in a minute. Gene Bean streams. This blog will be deleted when the stream ends. Hey, hola Ronaldo. ¿Cómo estás? Is it just me or is I hear a dog barking outside? Oh, that's cute. Feel bad about what happened to that poor dude. But still, I don't like all these protests and riots that are going on. I mean, protest if you want, but don't be violent and vicious about it. Like, seriously. You can protest without looking like a bunch of frickin' criminals. Muy bien, muy bien. Yes, I am. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. Hello, Mellow Flurry. I don't know if I've ever met you before, but welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, cool. Someone gave me props. That's awesome. Better thank them for those props. And I already did. They just keep adding more. All right. What should... Okay. Oh, hi. What's your name on Amino? Okay, I'm gonna do a pride drawing, but should I do an HTF character? OC's included. My own, not yours, sorry. Oh, hey. Oh, you do see how it is, huh? That didn't even make any sense. Hi, Anthony. Should I do a pride drawing of myself, or should I do a character first? Oh, by the way, my pride flag is the image in the thumbnail for the stream. I'm an asexual. Oh, I wanted to show you guys my how I've updated my phone for this month. This is my lock screen for this month. It's Catra from She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Ronaldo, Pride Month is, well, right now we're in Pride Month. Pride Month is basically the month where we show appreciation for people of the LGBTQ plus spectrum. So gays, lesbians, bisexuals, transgenders, gender fluid, genderqueer, asexuals, the list goes on. Oh, I thought I heard my sister crying. Oh, hey, Floor. Long time no see. Long time no see to you, too. Thanks. It's not done yet, and it's actually really messy over here. I've got a lot to sort out in this room. There we go. Konnichiwa, Yoshida-kun. Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of recognize you, Mellow Flurry. I swear to God, I'm hearing something and it's freaking me out. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my wallpaper for the month of June. If you don't know who these two are, these are that's white blood cell and red blood cell from Cells at Work. It's my new favorite anime. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. Oh, it's okay, Neela. You're not that late. Let's see. I actually already have some Pride drawings that I made like 1 or 2 months ago. Well, if you have Netflix, you can watch it, but if you don't have Netflix, you can go to this anime streaming website. This one doesn't have any pop-ups, which is good. You're probably still going to find some weird shit, though. Hang on a second. Give me a second. Okay. So WCO anime dub.tv. If you go to this website here, you can watch anime. You just search for the anime, and there you go. Oh, this was my first time drawing red blood cell from Cells at Work. Red blood cell in Japanese is sekekyu. Sekekyu. Don't mind me. Hang on, I'll show you all the Pride drawings I've done so far. These are all either characters that I made or my versions of the Happy Tree Friends characters. So this is my Giggles, and she is pansexual, meaning she likes all genders, not just exclusively limited to boys and girls. She likes people who don't even identify as a man or a woman. This is my fan kid Cream Puff. He's Toothy and Cuddle's oldest child and their only son. He is demisexual. Demisexual basically means that you don't feel romantically or sexually attracted to someone unless you have a pre-existing emotional bond and connection with them. Hi, Taz M. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and assume that you're Taz. You're Taz. Well, if you're not sure, you could take some sexuality tests. Like, I wasn't sure what my sexuality was either, so I took 3 different online tests to determine my sexuality, and they all said the same thing. They said that I'm asexual, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Why do you have a second account? Okay, congratulations. I'm glad that you're celebrating your first Pride Month. And I'm glad that you came out as bisexual. Speaking of which, this is my character Richie, and he is bisexual. Oh, and if you're a bisexual man and you still marry a woman, you're still bisexual. A bisexual man who marries a woman is still a bisexual man. Just like a pansexual woman who marries a man is still a pansexual woman. Hi, Foxy Lover Randoms. I don't think I've seen you in a while, so welcome. And this is my Toothy. As many of you know, and many of you guys know this who follow me on Amino, my version of Toothy is gender fluid. Basically, gender fluid means that you do not particularly define yourself by one gender. Your gender identity is constantly fluctuating. So My Toothy uses the he, him, and the they, them pronouns because he still is biologically speaking a boy, but his mental gender identity consists of feminine features and feminine feelings too. So he still knows that he's biologically a boy, but he's also identifies himself as a they. It's complicated. And last but not least, my Flippy. My Flippy is straight. I don't really see a specific flag for people who are straight or heterosexual. So I just went with one of the flags that I found, and it was black and white striped. And it made more sense to me because, you like the opposite. Black and white are opposites, It just made more sense to me. Oh, I forgot I need to finish this drawing. Okay. I'm gonna start working on a pride drawing. Well, that's okay, but it's also good to have diversity. Honestly, a lot of the Happy Tree Friends characters in my AU are gay. I have a lot of gay couples in my AU between the canon characters because it's kind of hard not to, because most of the characters in Happy Tree Friends are boys, so it's kind of hard not to have a whole lot of gayness. No, he doesn't have a goatee. For those of you who don't know, a goatee is a type of facial hairdo. I think it's the one that comes down like that. All right. Sorry, I got distracted. I completely forgot what I was gonna do. Oh, I draw Steven Universe characters too. I've really been interested in drawing fan art for several Steven Universe AUs that I like the Steven Universe Disarmed AU. Well, Foxy lovers, I'm just going to tell you what I told Sonic Tonic. If you don't know what your sexuality is, then you can look online for sexuality tests. I recommend taking 3 different ones just to be sure, because that's what I did. I love my favorite Steven Universe AUs are the Disarmed AU and the Gone Wrong AU. They're just really, really cool, in my opinion. I really like Disarmed Steven, so I made a fan art of him. Oops. Yeah, I'm sure you are. I change my profile picture on all of my social media like every month, or at least I try to. Thank you. Okay, I got distracted. I forgot what I was going to do. I'm sorry. So, should I do a drawing of myself and my pride colors, or should I do an HTF character, canon or otherwise, first? I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. Let's see what's going on Twitter. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Okay, we got one. Okay, we got 2 votes for HTF, 1 vote for me. It's going good in the hood. Gonna give it a couple more minutes. Who the heck is this person? Well, that's nice. Like that this person put their profile as single Christian lady looking for friendships. Yeah, that's not suspicious. Oof, I could not do that because I've seen Steven Universe, so I know how that song goes. That's great, Foxy Lovers. Okay, majority vote. Aw, that's so cute. I love Entrapta. Um, what type of pride drawing I should do first? Should I do a pride drawing of myself or a character? Like, when I draw myself, I'm of course going to draw myself as a Happy Tree Friends character. I'm a squirrel, by the way. Or should I do one of my HTF OCs or one of my versions of the canon characters? Da 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 da. Everything's okay. I don't know why I do that a lot. Oh, that's so cool. I want that. Oh, but I wouldn't need it. I would only need um the first one. Well, yep, of course I do. Okay. So far it's a tie. Huh. I'm just gonna do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. $50, let him go. Make him pay $50 every day. Don't need to pick the girls when you are not in your Okay, I'm out. Looks like I'm doing either a canon character or an HTF OC. Should I do an OC or a canon character? Kind of want to draw Tammy, even though I've already made a pride drawing of her in the past. Here, I'll find the pride drawing of Tammy that I did. I don't know how long ago I did this, but I like it. For those of you who don't get this, Tammy is an aromantic asexual. This means she doesn't feel romantic or sexual attraction to anyone. Watch yourselves, don't fall off of the shelves. You must be the new boys in town. What's that sound? Is someone moving around? When he's in his reformed state, like after he is reformed, he doesn't have those anymore because they make him look less demented and sadistic. Because I personally interpret those as a sign of his demented nature. So when he gets out of his demented nature, he doesn't have them anymore. It's a sign of physical growth and not just emotional mental growth. It's symbolism. What characters haven't I done yet? Hmm. Hi, random Pokemon fan. Hi. Oh gosh, I don't know. Okay. Um. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to think of which character I should do. I think I'll probably do Cloud. Just gonna bring up a picture of her because I don't draw her very often, so I might not remember how to draw every part of her off the top of my head. Oh, excuse me. Here we go. Yeah, just a little bit. Could just be boredom. I don't know. Sometimes I just yawn really. I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't need sleep. I'm a freaking nocturnal animal. All right. Hi, abnormally normal. All right, I'm sketching the head right now. So, how's your guys' day going? Is it going good in the hood? Because mine was kind of up and down. I got into a fight with my mom's boyfriend and my mom too over the same subject matter. But I'm okay now. I've had my rant with my grandma, so I don't really need to rant about it. I'll spare you the gory details. Congratulations, David Yoshida. I'm glad that you're graduating. I actually graduated last year. I've got my diploma over there. That little black rectangle thing in the corner right there. I've That's my high school diploma. It's got my name on it and everything cuz I'm just that cool. The world is on fire. Heck are you talking about? Oh, cool. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, cuz it's not like 2020 needed to get any worse. Yeah, like Rosie and Cloud and Screwy. I also feel like I don't draw Cream Puff enough. I think the last time I drew Cream Puff was in the summer picture between him and his sister of them eating summer snacks together. Watch yourselves, don't fall off of the shelves. You must be the new boys in town. What's that sound? Is someone moving round? Sit down for a spell. You don't look so well. It's like a movie. It's a B movie show. Yeah, it was, even if I do say so myself. Hey guys, just a random question. Can you think of any movies that you guys watched as kids that are actually much darker when you watch them as adults? Like you when you watch them as a kid, you didn't notice, but when you rewatch them, there are actually a lot of parts that are much more dark when you think about it. Chicken Run? I'm gonna look this up. Chicken Run. Oh, that looks freaky. Isn't that like the same animation style as Shaun the Sheep? I think it is. It's not just necessarily claymation, but it's also like it's the way the characters are made. It's like Wallace and Gromit also. It's okay, Princess Kitten. Yeah, I'm just gonna call you Lanique. I've never seen the Black Cauldron. I didn't even know it existed until I watched a Watch Mojo video of the darkest Disney movies. I can name off a bunch of Disney movies that are actually really dark, like Pinocchio and what else? What's another dark Disney movie? Oh yeah, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Coraline. No, Coraline is a kids movie, but it's made for much older kids, like kids over the age of 10. Something that looks like a kids movie but is not a kids movie is the movie Sausage Party. Okay. Gonna draw the legs, which I suck at doing. Maybe you guys don't know this about me, but I absolutely suck at drawing legs. Hey guys, so on my gaming streams, I've been practically doing a let's play of Wario World, and that's for the Nintendo GameCube. Just just wanted a quick ask. I'm just gonna put up a poll. Well, actually, I can't do that on this channel yet, but like, uh, I have other games that I'd like to play for future streams. I'll just make a video on this channel and you guys can comment down below all like I'm going to show you all the game options that I have and then I want you guys to comment down below which game you want me to play next on my game streams once I finish Wario World and the majority vote will win. And it's not just going to be GameCube games. I only have like 3 or 4 GameCube games, but I have N64 games. I got a couple Wii games left, ones that weren't freaking stolen and yeah. Me too, Floor. Me freaking too. Hmm. Okay, so deer and sheep both have hooves. Does this mean I should draw like um Lammy and Mime's children with like hoof feet? Well, we're not even gonna see her feet in this picture, so there's no point in drawing them right now. I like the movie Coraline. I'll admit it did give me some nightmares, and I was afraid to do certain things at night or just in general because the movie did scare me. Okay, now I'm gonna pull up the demisexual pride flag. If I can find my freaking downloads. I don't know why I have this on my phone. It's so dumb. This is a demisexual pride flag, by the way. I love James and the Giant Peach. I don't have a PC. I have a Chromebook and a laptop. But unless I'm mistaken, a PC is a computer that's like it sits up here and then the keyboard is like down here. I don't have a PC. I should get one if I want to do better gaming videos. But right now I don't have the time or the money or the space for that. I haven't read the book Coraline. Let's see. Something I'm actually pretty good at drawing are hands. Like I'm not an expert, but I'm actually pretty good at drawing hands. I personally think I'm good at drawing them. Oops. That finger's a little too thin. Hey, since it's Pride Month, those of you who know what your sexuality is, why don't you guys just tell me your sexualities in the chat right now? Sorry, my throat's itchy. Bye. Okay. Bye. Bye. A lot of byes here. It's just like that song by NSYNC, Bye, Bye, Bye. I think my aunt Stephanie liked listening to NSYNC when she was younger. You know, when she was like a teenager. This is my aunt Stephanie. Yay, welcome fellow ace. I'm pretty sure even though I'm not gay or anything like that, the Pridefall people could still find a way to bully me. Like, oh wow, you're asexual, you want the human race to fail? I'm just gonna say, yeah, pretty sure the repopulation of the human race doesn't rest entirely on me. Like, with gay people and lesbians, they're just like, oh my gosh, gay people are so gross. God hates you. You're going to hell. Ugh, it's not natural. Whereas asexual people, there are still ways where we can get bullied too, where we're just like, oh my gosh, you're so boring. You just haven't found the right person yet. Or You just say that because you've had one bad experience and now you just don't want to do anything anymore. I'm just like, not just one, several. Thank you. Let's just say for me personally that anything related to like sexual encounters, for me personally as a person, they've just left me with an utter distaste for anything like that. I'm not saying that I completely hate it, but if it's directed towards me, then I'm just gonna nope out of here. And that's why I frequently say things like sex is gross. Hey, femme fan artist, you didn't miss much. I've mostly just been struggling to find conversation. I have a stream on time for once, and I hardly have anything to talk about. Oh, I finished binge watching all 5 seasons of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. It was really great. The finale, it made me feel things. Ugh, I almost cried several times, but I didn't. But I almost did. Also, Floor, thanks for telling me that my aunt looks nice. She is a pretty nice person. She's going through some right now she's going through some physical and occupational therapy because she just got done. She's still recovering after her surgery in the hospital. She fell off of a bridge like a month or so ago. Aw, that's sad. I'm sorry, abnormal. But you don't have to feel ashamed of that. I mean, you don't have to feel bad because there are other people out there like you, like me. Because, and don't let people make you feel bad because just like you're gonna have to find someone eventually, or you don't want the human race to go extinct, do you? And just like the human race does not rely solely on you or me. There are plenty of other people who can go up and down, up and down, up and down with someone, and then we'll have a bunch of little humans running around. There are plenty of other people who can do that. The human race having population does not rely solely on us. There are just some people who are not into that stuff. And if someone tries to make you feel bad or call you a wimp or a wuss, well, then you just whatever. Oh, you did? That's great. Make sure to send it to me in the PM on Amino or on Instagram. No, I've never heard of that, Lanique. I've never heard of that before in my life. Okay. The sketch is going pretty good. Gonna draw her earring. You guys ever think that sometimes Lammy's floppy lamb ears look more like floppy dog ears in my art style? Do any of you guys have like stories for what made you realize what sexuality you were? I'm going to show my sketch so far. That's what I got so far. Well, that's good. At least you know who you are. Right, because you have the biggest crush on Rami Malek. If you guys don't know who Rami Malek is an actor that Femme Fan Artist has a huge monster sized crush on. This is Rami Malek. That is a that is an award winning smile right there. It's kind of ironic how Cloud, my mime Lammy fan child, she's she's demisexual and so is her boyfriend Cream Puff. Didn't I put braces on her? I gotta double check because I don't want to add in this detail and then like all of a sudden I find out that I effed it up. Yep, I did. What? That's a thing? Oh, that's oh. Who gets sexually attracted to food? I mean, I love food, but not like that. Like, oh my gosh, a bunch of gross things are going through my head right now about what that. Ugh, ugh. Yeah, no, you ruined me. I need a comfort animal right now. Yeah, I need a comfort animal, one that I don't give enough attention to. Yes, I do. Don't judge me. It's okay, Matilda. He's just jealous. Or they're just jealous. I don't know their gender, and I'm not gonna assume because that's a microaggression. You don't get to talk. You messed me up in the head. I had to get the comfort animal out. This is my comfort animal. One of them, anyway. This is Matilda. I named her after a stuffed monkey toy on a show I used to watch as a kid named Olivia. I don't know if you guys know it, but it was like a show about a world where everyone was walking, talking pigs, and the main character was a 6-year old named Olivia. I think she was 6. No, I don't think she was 6. I don't know. Whatever. No, but I do like that movie, Taz. That would be funny. I remember when you were telling me that you were afraid of getting into Invader Zim. well, not really get it, and you weren't afraid of getting into it, but it was hard for you to get into it, but now you're a freaking IZ fan. That's awesome. It's okay. You can thank me later. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like humanity is in an abusive relationship with the Earth right now because we're not treating it very well. Everyone on Earth should just be rewatching Captain Planet and learning why they should treat the Earth with more respect. Actually, there were 2 episodes of Captain Planet that didn't have anything to do with eco-friendly things. They were the 2 episodes that I'm talking about are Mind Pollution, which dealt with the topic of drug addiction, and the other one dealt with the subject of HIV and AIDS. Because when Captain Planet came out, it was the 90s, and AIDS, before the advent of the internet, AIDS, not a lot of widespread information was passed around about AIDS, and before they knew it, AIDS had went from an outbreak to a full-blown epidemic. And there were a lot of people who would bully other people for being HIV positive because back then there was less widespread information about how the disease was contracted, because you can only get AIDS from sharing needles with people who have AIDS or HIV. You can get it from unprotected sex with someone who's infected. You can get it from using drugs long term, especially really bad drugs. You can also get it from your mothers if your mothers had HIV. One of my favorite childhood movies was Return to Oz. It freaked me out as a kid, but for some reason I kept on watching it, and I don't know why. It gave me freaking nightmares. It is crazy. Did you guys know that you can actually be arrested if you don't, because if you don't use protective measures, or at least warn your partners that you have HIV or AIDS, you can get sent to jail for that. Did you guys know that? I personally appreciate that that's a thing. Okay, so she has a deer tail. There we go. Yeah, because if you don't use protective measures, or at least warn your partners that you have the virus, and you infect them willingly or anything like that, you can be charged with reckless endangerment and attempted murder. Because if you're passing on a virus that essentially kills people, it's practically like you're trying to murder them. Even if that's not your intention, you can still be charged with reckless endangerment, attempted murder, and if any of the people you infected die, you can also be charged with second-degree murder. Second-degree murder is a murder that you didn't plan or intend on happening, but you still committed that crime anyway. So yeah, I'm not saying that you guys are going to get AIDS or anything, but if you have the virus, or if you know anyone who has the virus, you make sure that they know that if they don't warn their partners or use protective measures or any of that other stuff, and they infect their partners, they can be sent to jail for that. And a lot of people actually knowingly infect their partners because a lot of them are so angry about the fact that they have the disease that they don't care if they spread it to other people. But that's another big mistake, because even if you got infected from someone who didn't give a damn, you don't have to continue the cycle. You can give a damn and prevent the disease from spreading further. But if you choose to continue the cycle of not giving a damn, then I'm sorry, you're going to jail. I don't know Attack on Titan. I tried watching it once a long time ago, but my sister was awake, so my mom told me to turn it off, and after that, I completely forgot about trying to watch it. I do like the theme song, though. Oh, really? I didn't know there were 3 degrees of murder. I only know first degree murder and second degree. First degree is a murder that you intend and plot out. Second degree is a murder that you don't intend or plot out, but if you still murdered someone, then you'll still go to jail for it. I like how it just goes like da 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 da. Hmm. All right. All right. All right. I'm gonna draw the pride flag on her tank top. My ringtone for this month, because I change my ringtone every month too. Last month, my ringtone was Amygdala's Ragdoll, which is a really creepy song, by the way. But this month, my ringtone is War by Zach Callison. If you guys have never listened to that song or any of Zach Callison's other music, I recommend you do that because those are really good songs. I know that there's a character in Attack on Titan whose name is Sasha Browse. I don't know anything about her, but I do know that she's always. I did hear from someone that she's always eating, like she's always hungry or something. Kind of reminds me of this one character from Madoka Magica. I don't remember what her name is for the life of me because I haven't watched Madoka Magica in years. But she was always eating. She was a magical girl. She was a magical girl and she had red hair and she was always shown like eating and snacking on things. Kind of reminds me of Sayori from Doki Doki Literature Club because she's always hungry and she's always eating. Oh, forgot to add a little detail here. I have some grr sounds on my phone too, I think. Yeah. Hey Lindsay. Sorry I didn't see you. Japanese term. Um Onichan or Kokoro. Kokoro is Japanese for heart. Okay. For the pride flag, I need black. Already got that. And I need white. I don't have a white Sharpie, so I'll just leave that as it is. And I need purple and gray. So, better get out purple. Time flies by in the city of light. Me too. I like Lindsay's animations too. Lindsay is uber talented. All you guys are uber talented, even if you don't know it yet. Have any of you guys ever heard of the movie Return to Oz? You guys probably don't. It's like a very obscure movie. I mean, it exists, but not a whole lot of people know it or even remember it. Like if they have seen it, I'm sure not a lot of people remember it because I'm sure they either didn't care about it that much or they blocked it from memory because it was terrifying. Return to Oz was made by Disney as a kind of unofficial sequel to The Wizard of Oz. It was made in like 1980 something. Like that's like 50 something years I think after the first Wizard of Oz movie. Oh yeah, you do. That's my baby boy right there, and that's my other baby boy, but I can't reach him because my arm is too freaking short. I also got, here, I'll show you some things on my wall. Those are my boys. That's my boy, and that's my boy. And that's my Invader Zim poster. I made that myself on, I think it was either Photoshop or Illustrator. Yeah, 1985. And then I got this up here. This is basically a poster illustrating all of my interests, or almost all of them. Like I've got, like there's me at the bottom. There's the no smoking sign because I absolutely detest smoking. There's Unikitty from Unikitty. There's Toothy from Happy Tree Friends. There's the McDonald's symbol because I love McDonald's. And then there's Natsuki from Doki Doki Literature Club because she's my favorite. There's the Gorillaz logo because I love that band. There's Steven from Steven Universe. There's the Game Grumps logo because I love Game Grumps. There's Fallout Boy because I love Fallout Boy. There's Webby from DuckTales because I love DuckTales and Webby's my favorite. And up there, right here, there's a Dachshund because Dachshunds are my favorite dog because I grew up with them. And there's the Wattpad logo because I spent a lot of time on Wattpad at the time when I made this. There's Hatsune Miku because I love Vocaloid. And then there's the Undertale logo because I love Undertale. It was a school project. I made it for my digital art and photography class in my senior year of high school. Oh, and here's my my high school diploma. It's cool. Oh, and there's a picture of my dad. And this is my newest Funko. This is Tenderheart Bear from Care Bears. He was always my favorite Care Bear when I was a kid. I kind of thought of him as the unofficial leader of the Care Bears because he just seemed like the leader type to me. Oh, here's my fidget spinner, which I bought after the fidget spinner trend died down. And then I got some figurines here. I've got Sonic, Tails, Amy, Super Sonic is not down there, and then there's Metal Sonic, and then I've got a little Pinkie Pie there. Sorry about that. That was my alarm. And then I've got Starlight Glimmer here. It's just a wind-up toy that my sister gave me because she didn't want it. Because Starlight Glimmer is my favorite My Little Pony character. And I got Flaky, and I've got Nutty here. And I've got a glasses case here, and I have a spare pair of glasses in case something happens to these. I actually wore them for a while because my other glasses here, my main glasses, needed to get tightened because they kept falling off my face. So I just wore them until I got my other ones fixed. So now they're secured to my face. And of course, I got a bunch of other crap up there. I've got some iron-on patches. I've got some photos from my photography class. Ow, my wrist is cramping. Ow. And I've got my plushies over here because I don't know where else to put them for right now. And then I got this here because I borrowed this from my aunt Stephanie last year, but I never returned it, so I just brought it with us when we moved here. Oh, here we go. That man right there, I don't know if you can see, but that's my dad. I don't see him very much, but I do call him on occasion. He hasn't really been in my life all that much, but I don't take it personally. After all, I've had my mom and everyone else. I've just gotten so used to not having a dad that I just don't really know how to have one, so I don't take it personally. Oh, really? You bought a fidget spinner in New York? I've never been to New York. One of my favorite movie series takes place in New York. It's Ghostbusters. I don't know if the Ghostbusters reboot takes place in New York. You know, the one with Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig. I don't know where that if that one also takes place in New York, but it probably does. I like that part in the second movie when there are ghosts just running around all over New York and the mayor tells his assistant to send in for the Ghostbusters, but his assistant doesn't want to because, for one thing, he doesn't like the Ghostbusters and he thinks that by keeping them away, he's protecting the mayor's political image and interests because he sent them to a mental hospital for trying to go to the press about the oncoming ghost attacks. Um, but he's just like, I'm sure there's another way. And the mayor's like, Jack, I spent an hour in my room last night talking to Fiorello LaGuardia, and he's been dead for 40 years. At the time that this movie was made, it was like 1980 something or 1990 something. So that time could have extended. Give me a second. I'm not afraid, not afraid. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I'm not afraid, not afraid. Okay, 1989. So let's see. 1989, gotta save that. And Fiorello LaGuardia died in 1947. So, oops. Okay, 1989 minus 1947. Well, that can't be right. Oh yeah, that is right. Never mind. For the year I was thinking of. So 1947. Oh wait, no. Sorry. I don't know how to do math apparently. So 2020 minus 1947. 73. Okay, so this year Fiorello LaGuardia has been dead for that many years. For those of you who don't know, Fiorello LaGuardia was the mayor of New York City from 1917 to 1919. So basically, he was the mayor of New York City for 2 years. So it's funny that the mayor of New York City in that movie was talking to one of the former mayors of New York City. My favorite Fall Out Boy song? Um, Either the Carpal Tunnel of Love, The Phoenix, or Alone Together. You know, my heart is like a stallion. They love it more when it's broken. I remember when that song was popular when it first came out, and now it just seems like almost everyone forgot about it. Whoa, we're so miserable, stunning. Also, you guys can't really see, but like she has antlers hiding in her wool. I don't know if I should remove the antlers because I feel like they might be a bit of an unnecessary detail because she already has so many details on her. I don't know. Sometimes I feel a little awkward drawing breasts on the female Happy Tree Friend characters, because even though my art style has evolved to something that's pretty much much more anthro, um, I what is it? What was I gonna say? It just still feels a little bit strange. Oh boy, you're gonna have a freaking heart attack because I showed a simple picture of Rami Malek. Well, that's okay, Taz. I mean, we all go through certain things, certain phases like that. Sorry, I was concentrating on this arm line. Time flies by in the city of lights. Time stands still in the country. All right, the line art's looking pretty good. What do you guys think so far? You know, I've been evolving my art style so much. My identity with my art style and what I draw is constantly shifting. Thank you. Thank you. I think she's cute too. I just can't take this kind of pressure. I must confess, one more dusty road would be just a road too long. Worthless. I just can't seem to get started. Don't have the heart to live in the fast lane. All that is past and gone. Worthless, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Worthless, pardon me while I panic. Worthless, worthless, worthless. And I'm sure you will. I know you will eventually, because, never say never. Yep, you gotta be terrible at something before you can be good at it. And sometimes there are just some things you'll always be terrible at. But if you have fun doing them, then who cares if it's terrible? Okay, let's see. Black triangle. Purple stripe. Fly to the city of light. It's okay to be nervous. A lot of the times I feel nervous that nobody will like what I've drawn or they won't understand it. Okay. Now I'm gonna erase the pencil lines and do the part where I darken the lines and add color where color is needed with Sharpies. I want to go upstairs and make myself some ramen, but it's going to be like time consuming, so I don't know if you guys would be okay with that, but I'm really hungry right now and I want something to eat. I swear, I eat ramen like it's candy. But I like yakisoba better because the noodles are all clumped together, so I can just get a big forkful of them and just go. My doctor, carbs are bad for you. Me. Huh? Ew, that's gross. That's disgusting. I know that struggle. There have been times when my dogs have, like, they've done their business on my floor and I don't see it, and then I step in it and I'm just like, ew. But I don't have pets anymore, so I don't have that struggle anymore. You know, even though it's disgusting, I sometimes even miss the gross parts about owning an animal. Ow, that hurt. Well, that's not the attitude to have, Taz. There might be some people out there who don't like what you draw, but there might also be people out there who do like what you draw. And as long as you're drawing from the heart and soul and it's not something inappropriate or hateful, well, then just go for it. Oh, yeah, I know, Bad Apple. Ever running on, I continue circling with nothing but my hate in a carousel of agony. I should probably stop singing. I'm just very nervous. I want to sing, but I probably shouldn't because I don't want to get the copyright of death bullcrap. Okay, I got black. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Stop singing. Did you know that song, Black and Yellow by Wiz Khalifa, that song is 10 years old this year? Because it came out in 2010 and it's 2020 now, so that song is 10 years old. Well, I'm sure I'll go upstairs and I'll start a bowl of ramen, and then while it's in the microwave, I'll come back down here, and then I'll go back up and finish it. Oh, really? I don't listen to the Japanese version as much. I knew I was forgetting at least one color. Yeah, just one color. Oh, I gotta get the thick black too. I once ran the Indy 500. Oh, this is how it's coming. Coloring her tongue red. Thank you. Hey guys, to bring up a subject from earlier that I talked about, Steven Universe AUs, my two favorites are the Steven Universe Gone Wrong AU and the Disarmed AU. Have any of you guys ever heard of those before I told you guys about them? All right. No, I don't use, well, of course. Well, I think maybe I'm using Crayola, like colored pencils, but I think actually it's crazy art. I'm not sure. But I'm not using crayons. I haven't used crayons on my art in like years. Colored pencils are smoother and easier to work with. Same thing with Sharpies. Okay, so the Gone Wrong AU, it basically takes place during the events of the movie. Um, you know when Spinel finally like she rejuvenates the crystal gems and then she uses the rejuvenator on Steven, but it doesn't work on him. It just passes through him, but it doesn't poof him because he's half human. Um, well, in the Gone Wrong AU, the Rejuvenator actually does cut through him. So she cuts off his arm and stabs him upwards through the stomach, and it knocks his gem out and it kills him. So his organic half dies, and then his gem half, takes form. And she didn't mean to. She didn't know that would happen. So she felt kind of bad for it because even though she killed him, she didn't mean to do that. She just wanted to poof him to start, but she didn't mean to full on freaking kill him right then and there. So his gem half takes form and he's just like, I'm gone now. You killed me. So right now the crystal gems have all been rejuvenated and Steven is dead, and his gem half is the only thing left. Hang on, I'll show you. Give me a second, I'll find the Tumblr. Okay, here we go. I'm scrolling all the way down. There's even a scene where Pink Steven freaking tries to shatter Spinel. Like, first, he uses his shield thing, which breaks into pieces because the Rejuvenator still worked on his gem half, and his gem powers are starting to slowly deteriorate. Oh, it did? I didn't know that. I don't know why that would be considered a joke, but like, whatever. Um, So Pink Stevens' powers are still deteriorating like Stevens did in the movie. So his shield starts breaking apart and he just throws the shards at Spinel and it cuts through her form. And then it poofs her, so and he tries to use the sharp end of the rejuvenator to shatter her gemstone. You might think that's kind of dark, but consider this. Pink Steven is just Steven's gem half taken form. So without Steven's human conscience and human restraint, Pink Steven will even go so far as to shatter a gem that proves harmful, who has already proven themselves harmful. Pink Steven doesn't have the empathy, sympathy, whatever understanding. So to him, it doesn't matter why Spinel is doing what she's doing. He doesn't care that she's doing things like crying and apologizing and all that. All he knows is that Spinel is a dangerous gem, and in his mind, the logical solution would be to shatter her. Here we go. Credit to the original artist, of course. So yeah, that's pretty freaking dark right there. And Pink Steven actually comes across as kind of creepy in this comic. Especially because his face is always blank and he always looks like he's ready to murder you. He's just so unusually calm, like a psychopath almost. So Steven either died from the massive blood loss or the heavy hits to his form, or just from the shock, because you can die from shock and trauma. Oh yeah, here's the page where he disrupts her form. Like, you can see right there that he just throws the shards at her, and she just has the most terrified look on her face. It is gorgeous art. I mean, it's really dark and really sad, but it's still gorgeous. My other favorite Steven Universe AU actually is kind of connected to the Gone Wrong AU. It's kind of like an AU of an AU, because the idea was kind of the idea of Steven's arm being cut off came from the Gone Wrong comic. Basically, it's kind of the same thing where Spinel attacks him with the Rejuvenator, but it actually cuts through his arm, but he doesn't die, and the crystal gems don't get rejuvenated. She just goes straight for Steven, and Steven just jumps out in front of his friends to protect them, and he takes the blow for them. So the crystal gems don't get rejuvenated in this AU. So there's that. But his arm gets cut off, and while he doesn't die, his arm can't be reattached, because by the time they get him into medical care, his wound already cauterized, so it couldn't be reattached. Otherwise, they would just be attaching an arm to dead tissue, and he would get really sick, and he would pretty much just get infected, so it was just better to leave the arm off. But the comic is still in its early stages. It's only on chapter 2 right now, but there have been obvious spoilers for the comic, and Steven is going to regenerate his arm in a way where it's going to be made of pink, clear magic. It's actually really impressive. Give me a second. I'll find some stuff from the from the AU. Oh yeah, here we go. Concept art for Disarmed Steven. I think it's cool, personally. And it's already been shown that, like, Steven is experiencing some major PTSD from getting his arm cut off, because in the start of chapter 2, when he's done taking a shower and he passes by the mirror and he sees his reflection, he sees this monstrous looking face looking back at him, and it causes him to just reflexively punch the mirror and shatter it. Yes, I have seen that one. I haven't been keeping up with it, but I have watched quite a bit of it. I have seen it. It's a very dark comic, very interesting too. I thought it was uber creepy when she forced that gem to fuse with her so she would learn information about what she wanted to know. Because that's pretty much the equivalent of what Jasper did to Lapis and that corrupted quartz monster. I mean, even though Lapis consented, she was still technically stuck in an abusive, toxic fusion with Jasper. And Lapis even said that she was fighting to keep Jasper bound to her. So she was trying to keep Jasper tied to her so she could keep her away from people. So I'm pretty sure she was doing what she was doing to protect not only herself, but Steven. I mean, she still cared about Steven. I mean, you can't say that she didn't do what she did to protect Steven, at least, because Steven did a lot of nice things for her. He healed her gem. Well, he set her free, healed her gem, and even tried to free her from a prison, even though she told him not to. So you can't say that what she did wasn't out of sacrifice, because she wouldn't do that because she wanted to. She did that because she wanted to protect Steven, at least. But still, it was just really, really bad, because it really does portray what an abusive relationship is like. Because even though you know someone is bad for you and that they're abusing you, you can't help but still feel attached to it, because people who are in abusive relationships and stay in them usually suffer from low self-esteem issues and abandonment issues. So they keep the person near them because they feel like they're the only person who will ever love them. Or they are afraid to leave because people who abuse them, they are afraid of being hurt, and they are afraid what that person will do to them if they try to leave. And also, considering if you want to stay because you've just grown so used to the toxic cycle of abuse that it's just normal for you, and you confuse it with like love, and you confuse it with things that are normal in a relationship. So even if you know that they're bad for you and the relationship that you're in is bad, it doesn't stop you from still wanting to be with them for various reasons. There are various reasons why it's hard for people to leave a toxic or abusive relationship. Oh, it does. Well, a lapis is a type of gem, and it's a really pretty gem. If you ever look up images of lapis lazulis and you see like flecks of gold in them, those flecks of gold are pyrite, because you can often find flecks of gold in pyrite. You can find flecks of pyrite in lapis lazulis. If you guys don't know what pyrite is the proper name for fool's gold. Oh, I didn't click on it. Sorry. I was afraid of it playing and then YouTube would detect copyrighted audio. I mean, I'm already kind of afraid to like do things like singing on the stream, but I'm still doing it a little, but I feel like I shouldn't. So I don't know if it works. All right, shading is done. Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry. All right. Blue. Golden yellow for her earrings. I need purple. Come on now. Orchid. Oh, okay. Thank you, Fan Artist. I hope you get lots of good sleep and have lots of good dreams. Alright, now I need to sharpen this before I use it. Sorry that this one drawing has taken me practically the whole stream. I just got so busy and caught up with talking and all that. But I've been having fun. It's like a movie. It's a B-movie show. You know, when I watched The Brave Little Toaster when I was a kid, there were several times when I thought that Toaster was a girl because he was voiced by a girl and he sounded like a girl. I mean, even when I knew that he was a boy, I just couldn't stop thinking like, "Oh my gosh, it sounds just like a girl." Yeah, but at the same time, controlling someone else's body is a lot of power, and I don't really think that humans are ready to have that power. I don't think we're ever going to be ready to have that power. As long as we have as long as we all have feelings about being superior and being special and being powerful, which most humans have at least a little bit of that feeling tucked away somewhere in their brain, I don't think that's a power that humanity should ever have. Imagine all the evil that could be done with it. Yes, there could be a lot of good from it, but there could also be a lot of evil from it. So I'd just rather not take the chance. So I don't think any human should ever have that power, especially a human who suffers from severe delusions of grandeur. If you guys don't know what that is, delusions of grandeur is basically when someone has a false sense of superiority, like they think that they are famous, they think that they have the power to end wars and to stop crimes. They basically think that they are more important than others. But it's not just thinking that you're more important than others, it's thinking that you're more important than others in a very egocentric and unhealthy way. I mean, some people think that they're better than other people, but it's not in a way that means that they have delusions of grandeur. But people who have delusions of grandeur think that they're better than other people in ways that they practically feel like they're superheroes and they have superpowers that no one else has. A lot of people with other mental health disorders like narcissistic personality disorder or bipolar disorder can also suffer from delusions of grandeur. Also, I need to get out a pink color. I forgot that's another color I need right now. Sure you can. The first place I ever heard the term delusions of grandeur was in the movie Zootopia. In that scene where Chief Bogo was trying to fire Judy, He said that you are going to walk out that door and tell that otter that you are a former meter maid with delusions of grandeur who will not be taking the case. So I'm just like, what are delusions of grandeur? So I looked it up and I'm just like, oh, so basically he's trying to get her to admit that she thinks that she's much more important than she actually is. I didn't really like Chief Bogo at first, and even now he still is not a character that grew on me because he was pretty much shafting Judy because he was a jerk. I'm just glad that even though she had a jerk for a boss, she she still did her best and made the best out of whatever situation was thrown her way. Okay, bye Yoshida. Yeah, I have an Instagram. My Instagram is artsygirly25. Coloring very neatly. There are 4 people left in this stream. That's awesome. That's awesome. Come on now. I'm almost done with this picture. I just need to finish coloring in Cloud's fur. And then I'll be done. I think next time I do a drawing stream, I'm going to do more Pride drawings. That's very nice of your mom to say. My mom says that I have a beautiful singing voice too, but then again, a lot of people say that, so. It's always nice when your mom compliments you. This is what I got now. Gotta make sure. That's why I'm pretty sure that the majority of people who, like, even if they know about the LGBTQ plus community, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people have never even heard the term demisexual. Heck, not even I had heard of that term. I only knew gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, straight. Until I researched more into the LGBTQ plus community, those were the only ones I knew, because those are the pretty common ones. Oh yeah, I was also somewhat familiar with pansexuality, but I didn't know what that meant either. I'm just like, what does pansexual mean? Are you sexually attracted to pans? Joking. But no, pansexual means that you're attracted to all genders, not just boys and girls, but people outside of the gender spectrum. Your mom knows a lot more about autism than your dad. You know, I don't really like people saying things like how autism is a disease. I don't consider autism a disease or a mental disease. I consider it a disorder, but not a disease. Because when I think of disease, I think of something disgusting that needs curing, that can hurt people and make them sick, and that can be passed on to other people, like pneumococcus or staphylococcus aureus or HIV or tuberculosis or polio. Those things are diseases. And mental health diseases would be things like narcissistic personality disorder or psychopathy or sociopathy, because those are things that are dangerous and can hurt people. Narcissists, sociopaths, and psychopaths can be dangerous. And even if a lot of psychopaths aren't necessarily violent, they can still find other ways to hurt you because they are incredibly charming, persuasive, and manipulative, and they have no guilt and no conscience. So even if they are not violent towards you, they can still find other ways to hurt you, even if they're not even touching you. So I think those are mental health diseases because they can hurt people. But autism is not something that can hurt people, and it's not something that can be spread. So that's why I don't consider it a disease or even a mental disease. Finished. First Pride drawing of this year, of this month. I mean, for my first Pride drawing for Pride Month. I think it looks great, personally. I mean, there are children with autism who can be dangerous to people, but not in the ways of a psychopath or a narcissist or a sociopath. Like, there are parents who don't teach their autistic children to be better, and they just say, "Hey, don't say that to my kid. They have a disability. They don't know better." No. Maybe people with autism don't know as better as someone else their age would, but they can be taught. People with autism can be taught to behave appropriately. They'll still have autism, but you should never let your child use their autism as an excuse to get away with shitty behavior. Like, if your child is violent or obnoxious or anything like that, and they use their autism as an excuse to get away with all of it, then that's not good. You need to teach your children with autism how to behave appropriately and respectfully. Because even if they don't act the way that other people their age would, you can still teach them to behave respectfully. Do not let your child use their autism as an excuse to be violent or malicious or rude. Thank you. Thank you, Neela. I think I'm going to start sketching another one. I'm going to sketch me showing off my pride colors. The only fictional characters with autism that I can think of off the top of my head are Sean Murphy from The Good Doctor, Julia from Sesame Street, Carl from Arthur. Yeah, those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head that have been confirmed to be on the autism spectrum. But there are fictional characters who are autistic coded, like Schroeder from the Charlie Brown series and Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory or even SpongeBob. A lot of people view SpongeBob as an autistic coded character because he has several behaviors that mimic that of an autistic person, like misunderstanding social cues, laughing for no reason, finding it hard to make friends with people outside of the small group of friends that he has. Like he exclusively hangs out with Patrick, and he doesn't really hang out with a whole lot of people. He usually only hangs out with Patrick, Sandy, Squidward, or other people, just not a whole lot of other people. Plus, he does the wiggly things with his arms, and he's always doing weird, strange movements. That could be like stimming, because autistic people, they do these weird movements, like flap their hands or rock back and forth on their feet or other things like that, and that's called stimming. And Schroeder from the Peanuts series, he also seems to be an autistic coded character because he also mimics behaviors of an autistic person. His hyperfixation with Beethoven and playing the piano, the fact that his face is almost always blank, his robotic tone of voice, and the fact that he doesn't make good eye contact because he's always looking down at the piano. Like he'll respond to people, but he will often not look them in the eye. And when he flips Lucy off of his piano, that could be like him having a sensory overload because he thinks that Lucy is annoying and he doesn't want her near him. And he also doesn't pick up on the fact that Lucy is continuously flirting with him, so he just responds to her like he would anyone. So she's just like, "Oh, you're so cute," and he's just like, "Thank you." So he doesn't pick up on the social cues. So even if he's not confirmed to be autistic, he still is very much an autistic coded character. I mean, Charles Schulz, the creator of the Peanuts series, is dead, so he can't really confirm or deny it. His son is still alive, but I don't think his son is going to speak on behalf of his father's work. No, Lucy's not a pervert. She's a brat. She's a spoiled, rotten little brat. Buck teeth. I swear, when I was growing up watching Charlie Brown, I always disliked Lucy. Like, I didn't even like her as a kid. Like, even as a kid, I never liked her because she has nothing likable about her. She's annoying, she's bossy, she's loudmouth, she's temperamental, she's cranky, she's a bully, she insults people. Like, she has nothing redeemable about her. Like, even when she's being quote unquote nice to Charlie Brown, she completely ruins it by being an absolute snobby brat to him again. All she does is insult him and make him feel worthless and like he ruins everything. Like she does nothing to help his self esteem and she doesn't even feel guilty about it. And when Charlie Brown's having a good time and he's being happy and people are being nice to him, she can't stand it. I just don't understand. I don't understand why everyone always makes fun of Charlie Brown and treats him like garbage. Like, has he ever really done anything to deserve being treated the way he does? No, kids are just mean sometimes. I can name a whole lot of spoiled brat characters like Lucy Van Pelt from the Peanuts, Angelica Pickles from the Rugrats, um, Darla Dimple from Cats Don't Dance, Cozy Glow from My Little Pony, Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon, before they had their Reformation character arc thing in season 5. Um, DW from Arthur. Yeah, I'm gonna redo my smile. I think Pacifica Northwest from Gravity Falls. I haven't watched much Gravity Falls, so I don't really know how bratty she is, but I know that she's really, really mean to Mabel. Oh yeah. Yeah, Sarah from Ed, Ed and Eddie. I never watched Ed, Ed and Eddie growing up, but I do remember that Sarah was a frickin' brat. Oh yeah, Cartman. Cartman from South Park. That guy's not even, he's not just a brat. I think he's a freaking sociopath. The reason why I don't think he's a psychopath is because he's very clearly a coward. I mean, he is shown, and also he has small moments where he does show genuine sadness and even sympathy for people. Because there are some sociopaths who they can turn their empathy on and off. They are very selectively empathetic, like maybe towards their parents or a friend who they might trust completely. There are different types of sociopaths. So I think Cartman is a sociopath. I don't think he's a psychopath. Plus, he's shown to be a coward in a lot of instances. And psychopaths, they can feel fear, but they don't feel it in the same way that we do. Like, they can feel fear, but they don't sense danger the way we would. Like, my cousin told me that psychopaths are not even afraid to die because they don't fear consequences, and also because they think that they're immortal or invincible. Let's see who else. I think Shelly from South Park is also kind of a brat. I haven't seen much South Park but from what I have seen, Shelly, or no, was it Shelly? Is that Stan's sister's name? Is it Shelly or Sharon? No, Sharon is Stan's mom, so it's Shelly. I think Shelly is a brat too. No, she's not spoiled or a brat. She just wants to spend time with her brother, and she's trying to she just tries to pull him away from his inventions because she wants to spend time with him, and she wants attention and love from her brother. I mean, there was even an episode where she tried to get him out of his lab to get him to enjoy the beauty of life and the world around him because he's always isolated in his lab. So I think she's just annoying. Like Dexter would consider her annoying. So she's not spoiled. She's just annoying because she wants Dexter to come out of solitude every once in a while because she wants attention and companionship from him. Yeah, I think Gaz is kind of a brat. I read on the wiki that Gaz's bratty behavior stems from the fact that she thinks she's better than everyone. Her voice actress Melissa Fawn says that she acts the way she does because she considers herself to be better than everyone. So she thinks she's just treating everyone the way that they act, and she just thinks everyone is a bunch of idiots and she's the only sane one. So she just acts the way she does because of that. I mean, it does say on the Wikipedia that her behavior is bratty. So yeah, I would consider her somewhat of a brat. I mean, she's cool and it's cool how smart she is and how she's pretty much invincible. But like at the same time, there are times when she's just kind of a brat towards people. I wouldn't say Pearl from SpongeBob is a brat. I wouldn't say she's a brat. She's just kind of whiny. Like, she's not spoiled and she doesn't throw tantrums when she doesn't get her way. She's just a typical teen girl with teen girl wants and needs. She wants her dad to do things for her. She wants her dad to buy things for her. She's just a daddy's girl. Like if she threw tantrums about things more often and she behaved nastily towards people, then she would be considered a brat. But she's not a brat. She's just a sensitive daddy's girl. She's just a sensitive teenage daddy's girl. That's all. I need to pull up a asexual flag. Um Lexi from Ant Farm is a brat because she is basically the representative of the stereotype of blonde cheerleaders who needs all the guys, all the attention. She is snobby, pretentious, mean, manipulative. And when she doesn't get her way or things don't turn out the way she wants them, she cries and whines like a little baby. She's also stuck up, pretentious, and full of herself. Black, gray, white, purple. Oh, I just realized what time it is. It's midnight, so I'm going to end off the stream, guys. So, thanks for watching. My next stream will be on Friday, this upcoming Friday, and I'll be doing a gaming stream and I'll be playing Wario World. So, thanks, guys, for joining, and I'll make sure to do more Pride drawings in the future also. So, happy Pride Month, everyone.